Franklin once said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Welcome to Money Matters. I'm your host, Faith Katai. Zambia's commemoration of the 2026 Financial Literacy Week from 16th to 22nd March, themed Smart Money Talks, highlights the nation's commitment to expanding financial access and promoting informed, responsible, and secure money management among Zambians. The Bank of Zambia continues to play a key role in advancing financial literacy across the country, and so on Money Matters we are focusing on the programs and initiatives that the Bank of Zambia has implemented to improve financial literacy across the country. And to help us discuss this topic, on set I'm joined by Bank of Zambia Acting Manager, Analytics and Research, Mr. Collins Muchipu from the Financial Conduct Supervision Department. Mr. Muchipu, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Faith, for inviting me to the Money Matters program. It's a pleasure to be here.
We are grateful as well. For viewers who may be hearing this for the first time, financial literacy, what exactly is this Financial Literacy Week?
So Financial Literacy Week, it's an annual awareness campaign, sometimes referred to as Global Money Week, but adopted in Zambia has Financial Literacy Week. The aim is to inform the citizens about financial matters.
Okay, so this year's theme, like for 2026, it's Smart Money Talks. As Bank of Zambia, how are you interpreting the theme?
So Smart Money Talks underscores the fact that we should have open and informed conversation about money, especially among children and young people. It also recognizes that young people face complex financial decisions. Therefore, talking about money all the time acts as a powerful tool to ensure that young people make informed decisions when it comes to financial matters.
Great. In many Zambian households, money is like a taboo subject. Why is the 2026 theme specifically encouraging us to talk or to start talking about money openly?
Yeah, you're right, Faith. Talking about money in many households is almost not there. And we must recognize the fact that we first belong to a household before we face the community, or we go about doing our daily activities. Therefore, talking about money from the household level helps to build certain financial habits that, especially among children and the youth, which will make them not to depart from those habits when it comes to making informed financial decisions. And it also helps to build confidence when you want to choose between different financial products and services. So it is very important that we start talking about money from the household level, then we move on to the community level, then we move on also to the companies that we work for, and also as we face other people within the society.
Wonderful. Mr. Muchipu, this year's theme for the Financial Literacy Week, I've observed it's leaning heavily on young people. How is Bank of Zambia helping a 19-year-old to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt?
Wow, that's a good question. Good debt and bad debt, yeah, there's such a thing. So to answer your question, Faith, I think I will first speak to the bad debt aspects. Okay, yeah, I must be quick to mention that when it comes to accessing financial services in form of a loan, the public must know that that money that we get is not free money. It belongs to some people that have deposited their money there with the aim of having a return. So when it comes to bad debts, I will simply say it's a debt that one cannot pay back. When you access a loan, you should be able to pay back. But there are certain habits or I'll call them features of a bad debts, where people, when they borrow money, they have no repayment plan. That makes it difficult for them to pay back because there's no plan in place. Then the other thing is the moral hazard aspects, where people, will borrow money and they will not use it for the intended purpose. For instance, you borrow money as working capital to improve your business, but you end up using it for other activities not aligned to your business. It makes it difficult for you to make a repayment for that loan. So you end up being in a bad debt. The other aspect of a bad debt is the fact that people go to financial services providers to borrow money so that they can pay off another loan which they borrowed from somewhere. So such kind of behavior will keep you entangled in a debt which will make it difficult for you to come off it. So it's very, very important to realize that when you borrow, you must make sure that you pay back, because the loans that are not paid back, it creates a situation where the financial services providers will have non-performing loans. These non-performing loans have got a negative impact on the capital of these financial institutions. That's where we hear that an institution has collapsed. What happens to the people that deposited money in those financial institutions? They will not get their return, isn't it? Yeah, so it's very important to avoid bad debts. A good debt is a one where someone has planned. They have got a laid down plan of how they are going to make a repayment, and they make sure that they pay on time. Okay, you understand? So you find that you pay on time, you are assisting the institution to get on a return on the money that they lent to you, and also pay the depositors their return because they deposited money in that institution. So when you pay on time, when you plan about how you are going to use the money and use it for the intended purpose, do not deviate from the intended purpose, then it will make you pay the money on time.
Okay, so where should Zambians go to have these money talks without feeling judged or being misled by unlicensed financial gurus, especially online platforms?
Yes, like you have rightly put it, Faith. There are some financial gurus on social media. They're sometimes called social media influencers. So it's very important as a consumer of a financial service to go to the licensed institution. Also, there are individuals that are professionals in professional investment advisors, for instance, that can give you this information about the financial product or financial services that you're about to access. So it's sometimes these influencers, even for the influencers, I must also ask them, because they are the ones that are disseminating information about the financial products sometimes. So these influencers, they should be able also, before they are contracted to do that job by the promoters of certain financial services, they should also ask key questions. Is this financial institution licensed or supervised by the financial sector authority? It can be Bank of Zambia, Pensions and Insurance Authority, Securities and Exchange Commission. So they should ask those pertinent questions before they agree to disseminate information about a financial product. So for the citizen, it's very important to deal with a licensed financial institution. The other first point of call is you go to your personal banker or your financial institution that you work with, the financial institution that you access services from. So those also have got the capacity to educate you about the financial products that are available. You may wish to know, Faith, that in certain jurisdictions, actually it's mandatory that a financial services provider must provide financial education to the consumer of a financial product before giving the consumer a service or a loan. Yeah.
Great. June 2026, I understand that it's a deadline for phasing out checks. How is the Bank of Zambia actually doing it, like educating, or what is the expectation of the Bank of Zambia from the business owners or the businesses to actually talk about clients, to talk to their clients about transitioning to digital payments, what educational talks or money talks should the business owners actually give to their clients?
Yes, Faith. I must mention that from the time that we announced that the checks will soon be phased out, the Bank of Zambia, through an initiative called Go Cashless campaign, we started sensitization, sensitizing the public about the advantages of not using the check and the disadvantages of using the check, and the advantages of the new platforms, the available platforms such as the digital financial services. So that campaign has been going on and on. Now with, is it a few weeks to, 3 months to go? Yes, 3 months to go. These checks will be phased out. So it's incumbent amongst the business owners to ensure that they join this sensitization campaign, because during this Financial Literacy Week, all the financial sector authorities have sent their staff across the country, sensitizing the people, not particularly to speak to the phasing out of check, but on all the financial matters to sensitize the public. So the business owners might need to sensitize their customers to say the checks will no longer be a payment instrument come June 2026. So we have other payment methods which I alluded to, which is the digital financial services, which are safer, faster, and convenient.
Great. We now go on a short break. Don't go away.
Zani's TV, the People's Channel, is now officially on DSTV. Starting 24th February 2026. Tune in on Channel 274 DSTV and Channel 29 GoTV. This marks a new chapter in delivering credible, national and people-centered programming to homes across Zambia and beyond. From news and national events to development stories and cultural programs, your channel just got bigger. Stay informed, stay connected, stay with Zani's TV.
Welcome back. In case you have just joined us, you are watching Money Matters, a program designed to equip you with knowledge and tools to make informed financial decisions. My guest is Acting Manager, Analytics and Research, Mr. Collins Muchipu from the Financial Conduct Supervision Department from the Bank of Zambia. Mr. Muchipu, the dual circulation of the old currencies family ends on 31st March 2026. What essential money talks should families have right now to ensure that their notes are exchanged on time?
Yes, we just have a few weeks. Yeah, 31st March, the old notes will no longer be accepted as a medium of exchange. Yeah, so it's very important for the businesses, the public, those who are still holding on to the old currency to exchange this currency with the new family of notes. As the Bank of Zambia, we have played our role by ensuring that we sensitize the public about the features of the new currency. So now what remains is for the public now to ensure that they exchange this money with new notes before the deadline. And it's some of the institutions they can go to in terms of exchanging the monies. They can go to all the commercial banks branches across the country. Also, NatSave has been designated as one of the institutions that can collect the old notes in exchange of the new family of notes. And the other institution I must mention is, I think, is Zampost. It's also part of this arrangement. So I must emphasize that during this period, I know there's a few weeks to go, when you exchange your money, your old currency with a new note, you get the currency at full value. Okay? If you go to individuals that would want to scam you, they will tell you, give me 100 kwacha odd notes, and I will give you 50 kwacha. Okay, you have lost the value of 50 kwacha. For them, they will go and, because they have this information, they will go and exchange it at any commercial bank. That is wrong. So make sure that you deal with the institutions that I've mentioned, because these are institutions that are licensed and supervised by the Bank of Zambia.
Wonderful. As we move towards, we are already in a 24/7 economy or digital economy. How does smart money talks behavior change when access to spending is available every second of the day?
Yes, so the 24/7 or economy, digitally, what this means that citizens will be able to transact at any time of the day. So they're able to transact, but you must be, since I mentioned that it's convenient to use digital financial services, it is faster and it's also safer. But I must mention that there are also some risks that are associated with this transaction. I'm sure, Faith, you have received at some point unsolicited messages from people to say, I wanted to send money to somebody else, but I sent to your mobile account. So those are unsolicited messages you come across, and also you need to check, when immediately you receive such a message, check your balance. Has it changed? So you must be aware of your balance, because you are the holder of that mobile wallet. Then the other thing is the issue of sharing personal identification number, PIN, as in short. You should not share your personal identification number with anybody. I shouldn't be beaten, but even your spouse, because that is a personal thing. You are not supposed to, because once you share that, a person has got access to your account, and they can do whatever they want. Then you're also going to see a situation where people will send you a message that you have won something. Please send your personal details so that we can give you this amount of money that you have won. That is a lie. You must to make sure that you verify that indeed, if you didn't play any game, why should you win? So those are some of the ways that scammers who are on standby to ensure that they scam individuals. So it's very important that we protect all our details in this 24/7 economy. Yeah.
Awesome. Financial Literacy Week is not just a one-off thing. It needs to be going on and on. But then it's often seen as a Lusaka or Copperbelt thing. What is Boz doing to actually, with its partners, taking smart money talks to places like the rural areas and other traders across the country?
Thank you so much, Faith. That's a very good question. So Financial Literacy Week is a contribution to the implementation of the National Strategy on Financial Education. So the Bank of Zambia, together with all other financial sector authorities, we work together to ensure that we take this information across the country. Some of the initiatives that we have done as the Bank of Zambia and our partners is to develop a strategy for continuous financial literacy. What this means is that we will not only appear during the Financial Literacy Week or the World Savings Day, we will continuously ensure that we facilitate continuous financial literacy. You spoke about the rural areas. Yes, indeed, financial literacy is not just about Lusaka, because Zambia is not Lusaka alone. What we have done as the working group that conducts the financial literacy activities, we have brought in a mechanism where we rotate the launch of the financial literacy. You may wish to know that in 2025, the launch of the Financial Literacy Week was in Mazabuka. This year, the launch of the Financial Literacy Week was in Chipata, to ensure that we move closer to the people and so to ensure that the rural areas are also catered for. In addition, the Bank of Zambia has got a partnership with the German Savings Bank, or DSIK in short. This partner has got some business games which they conduct, they use to conduct financial literacy amongst the farmers. So they have got savings games, they've got games on budgeting. They also have got games on climate resilient. So we have reached out even to the rural areas. We still have more to do, but we are getting there.
Wonderful. Finally, Mr. Muchipu, if a consumer listens to a smart money talks, realizes they have been treated unfairly by their financial service provider, what is the Bank of Zambia Consumer Protection promise to them?
So, Faith, I must mention that the Bank of Zambia places great importance on consumer protection. This has been evidenced by establishing a consumer protection unit within the Financial Conduct Supervision Department. So when a customer is not satisfied with the financial product or service that they have received, the first point of call is a financial institution that they are dealing with. Then when they are not satisfied with the financial institution that they are dealing with, then they can send the complaints to the Bank of Zambia. There's a general email, complaints@boz.zm. They can send a complaint to the Bank of Zambia, and the Bank of Zambia will look at it. I must also mention that the Bank of Zambia actually requires the financial services providers also to have the complaints handling procedure within the institutions. So when you walk into an institution, assuming this is a brick and mortar institution, you must see that the complaints handling procedure has been put in a certain area where it is visible, where everyone can go there. You see the steps there. Okay, so once you exhaust all those steps and you're still not satisfied, you can now write to the Bank of Zambia through the email that I've given, complaints@boz.zm. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Muchipu, for coming through to Money Matters.
Thank you so much, Faith, once again for inviting me to the Money Matters program. Let us ensure that the Financial Literacy Week is successful. For those that are expectant in different provinces, please reach out. We'll be doing some exhibition and we'll attend to all queries that you have on financial matters. Thank you.
Viewers, that's all we had for you on Money Matters. It is clear that financial literacy is key to unlocking a brighter future for Zambia. From the discussion, you can see that Bank of Zambia's efforts to promote smart money management are taking and making a difference. This has been Faith Katai. Thank you for watching Money Matters. Goodbye.